Once you hear these, you'll realize you've been fundamentally undermining your own value without even perceiving it. And from this profound moment on, you won't be able to unsee it, not in your actions, not in her subtle shifts, not in the entire dynamic. These are the 9 cardinal rules, the non-negotiables smart men instinctively live by. And once you truly know them, deeply ingrained in your being, you won't just understand women. You will possess an unwavering clarity, a quiet power that puts you distinctly in command. So lean in close, shed all distractions, because if you commit to absorbing every lesson until the very end of this video, you will never, ever find yourself chasing again. Oh, and before we dive deep, I've forged something truly impactful for you, a completely free ebook, the Female Mind Control Handbook, packed with the decoded psychology that makes any woman irresistibly drawn to you. It's an unfair advantage, and it's yours. Grab it now. The link awaits in the description below or the pinned comment. Let's unlock this. 1. Never over-explain yourself. If you find yourself frantically justifying your every move, every perceived delay in a text, every independent decision you make, stop. The moment you embark on that verbose narrative, you're not just explaining, you're pleading. Smart men understand that their value isn't on trial. They communicate clearly with intention and brevity, but they absolutely do not rationalize their existence to earn a woman's approval. When she raises an eyebrow, "Why didn't you text back right away?" A man rooted in his power doesn't flinch, doesn't launch into a desperate novel of elaborate excuses. He offers a concise, confident reason, or sometimes he chooses the powerful silence that speaks volumes. Why? Because constant over-explaining isn't transparent. It reeks of deep-seated insecurity, an implicit confession that you doubt your own choices. And the instant she senses that desperate need for validation, you've not just surrendered control, you've handed over your inherent strength on a silver platter. Real confidence stands firm. It doesn't beg to be understood. It allows your presence, your actions, to speak for themselves. If she respects you, truly respects you, she won't demand a moment-by-moment replay of your life. If she doesn't, then no ocean of explanations will ever bridge that chasm. Remember, a touch of mystery fuels attraction, clarity builds trust, but over-explaining, that shatters both. Speak your truth once, with quiet conviction, then pivot and move forward. Your time, your decisions, your peace, these are not subject to endless committee review. 2. Do not chase ever. There's a fundamental chasm between pursuing and chasing, and a man of value understands this with every fiber of his being. Pursuing is the elegant dance of deliberate, confident effort directed towards mutual interest. Chasing? That's the frantic, desperate scramble of motion without any traction, a desperate attempt to grab onto something that is pulling away. The very second you start bending over backwards, sacrificing your time, your self-respect, sending those anxious double texts, lavishing unearned attention, you are unequivocally chasing. And trust me, she doesn't just know it, she feels it. Women inherently, subconsciously, will test you, not out of malice, but from a primal need to discover if you are a bedrock or quicksand. They need to see if you stand firmly on your square or crumble when they withdraw a little. When she delays her response, does your thumb itch to send another message, desperate for a reaction? When she says she's busy, do you immediately beg, reschedule, plead for another slot in her calendar? Every single act of chasing teaches her, with unwavering certainty, to value you less. Smart men don't chase. They lead, they attract, and they pursue only when the energy is reciprocated, when the effort is undeniably mutual. But when that energy wanes, they fall back with an effortless grace, because they hold an ironclad truth. If a woman truly wants you, she will actively show up. And if she doesn't, her absence is your answer, loud and clear. Your worth isn't contingent on her participation. 3. Never unveil your entire life story too soon. You meet her, the connection sparks, the conversation flows, and the energy is magnetic. Before you can even process it, you're spilling the entire tapestry of your past. Your childhood dreams, your rawest fears, the sagas of ex-lovers, your deepest ambitions, all within the first handful of dates. You might mistake this rapid-fire intimacy for a deep connection, but in reality, it's a profound strategic misstep. You're sacrificing the potent magic of discovery. Smart men instinctively understand that intimacy is a gradual unfolding, a slow, alluring dance, not a harsh floodlight suddenly illuminating every corner of your soul. You don't dump your entire existence onto the table, hoping she'll be captivated by the sheer volume of information. Instead, you reveal facets of yourself strategically, slowly, like unveiling precious jewels, each piece hinting at deeper treasures yet to be discovered. You make her earn your story, inviting her to lean in, to ask, to wonder. Why? Because when you overshare too early, too much, you inadvertently transmute genuine emotional connection into stifling emotional pressure. And pressure, gentlemen, is the antithesis of attraction. It breeds discomfort. It dissipates the thrill of the chase. Allow her the exquisite space to be curious about you, to piece together the fascinating puzzle of who you are. The less you reveal all at once, the more precious, the more captivating your genuine truth becomes. Give her a reason to look forward to the next chapter with you, not just the ending. 4. Never try to fix her. She's swept into a tide of moods. Her actions are inconsistent. She seems locked in cycles of self-sabotage. And your immediate gut-level instinct is to become her savior, to heroically leap in and fix her, to be the one man who finally makes everything all right. Resist that urge with every fiber of your being. Smart men do not masquerade as therapists. They offer unwavering, empathic support, yes, but they draw a clear line. They do not provide solutions for battles that aren't theirs to fight. Attempting to fix a woman, especially in the nascent stages of a connection, performs two fatal moves. First, it unceremoniously shoves you into a paternalistic role, an instant attraction killer. Second, it foolishly makes you personally accountable for emotional landscapes that are solely hers to navigate. A woman navigating her own internal chaos doesn't need you to rescue her from herself. What she craves is a man so profoundly rooted in his own stability, so steadfast in his masculine frame, that her temporary storm can't drag him down into the maelstrom. Offer your empathy, hold unwavering space for her feelings, but never surrender your calm, centered frame. Allow her the dignity and the sovereignty to walk her own path, and if she truly desires to heal, she will find that strength, with or without you. Remember, standing stoic isn't being cold, it's simply being crystal clear about what is genuinely yours to carry and what is not. 5. Do not neglect your purpose for her. This is a silent, insidious killer of attraction and self-respect. You meet someone incredible, sparks ignite like fireworks, and a powerful connection forms. Little by little, subtly, almost imperceptibly, your previously non-negotiable gym sessions begin to wane. The burning ambition for your business goals flickers, then slowly dims. Your vibrant social life, your cherished hobbies, shrink until they're almost invisible. Suddenly, without realizing how, your entire world begins to orbit solely around her. She didn't explicitly demand this, and even if she outwardly enjoys the surge of attention, deep down, a fundamental loss of respect for you begins to set in. Smart men do not barter their life's mission for the fleeting high of a new relationship. They refuse to confuse authentic connection with the suffocating chains of codependency. Your purpose isn't merely a hobby, it is your very oxygen, the engine of your existence. If a woman's influence consistently pulls you away from that essential core, you're either with the wrong woman, or more likely, you've completely lost sight of who you are. Women are most profoundly, instinctively drawn to a man who is passionately, relentlessly on a path. Not a man idly waiting for her next text. Guard your frame, champion your purpose, make her an exquisite, valued part of your journey, but never, ever the entire destination. Because when a man has something bigger than her to relentlessly chase, that is precisely when she will begin to chase him. 6. Never compete for her attention. Imagine this, you're at a lively gathering. She's across the room, sharing a genuine laugh with another man, engrossed in conversation. A primal jolt hits you. Your heart skips, your ego bristles, and suddenly you're overcompensating. Louder jokes, bigger, more flamboyant gestures, subconsciously trying to reel her attention back, to win her in that immediate moment. Stop. The intelligent man, the high-value man, would never deign to compete for attention. The very second you engage in that battle, you've already lost the war. You've communicated, without uttering a single word, that you perceive yourself as lacking, that her attention is a coveted prize, and you are scrambling, frantically trying to prove your worthiness to claim it. But here is the profound, almost spiritual twist. True value, genuine power, doesn't chase external validation, it simply commands presence. Let her laugh with others, Let her engage with whoever crosses her path. Allow her to drift momentarily. While she explores her social space, you remain utterly unmoved, not with cold indifference, not with arrogant disdain, but with a deep, unwavering self-centeredness. When you attempt to outshine another man, you instantly blend in with the sea of every other insecure guy vying for approval. But when you maintain your calm, when you stay deeply connected to your own internal worth, detached from the frantic tug-of-war, you utterly separate yourself. And that, my friend, is what she will unequivocally notice, because the man whose mountain remains untrembled when her attention briefly wanders, that is the man she truly cannot stop thinking about. 7. Never make her the sole source of your happiness. Let's cut through the noise and get brutally, uncomfortably honest. If her presence, her affection, her very existence is the singular reason you're smiling, then, inevitably, her absence, her departure, will be the catalyst for your complete collapse. Far too many men construct their entire emotional infrastructure around a woman. They appoint her as their sun, their peace, their ultimate purpose. And then, inevitably, she departs, and their entire damn world spectacularly implodes, leaving nothing but a crater of despair. Smart men forge their happiness from an internal wellspring, a deep, inexhaustible reservoir within themselves. They are not tethered to her fluctuating moods, the frequency of her texts, or the cadence of her compliments to feel whole or worthy. They cultivate an inner sanctuary of peace through discipline. They discover profound joy in moments of solitude, and they unearth deep meaning in the relentless pursuit of their mission. Because here lies the powerful paradox. The more resilient, the more self-sufficient you become emotionally, the more magnetically and inexplicably women are drawn to your strength. Neediness is an invisible force field that repels. Wholeness, self-contained and abundant, is an irresistible beacon that attracts. A woman is meant to be a radiant, enriching addition to your already thriving happiness, not the very bedrock of its existence. So, before you offer her the sacred key to your heart, gaze inward and honestly ask yourself, am I truly whole and vibrant even without her? If that raw answer is no, then your paramount mission, your fundamental duty, is to fix that internal landscape first. That, my friend, is precisely where your untamed, immutable power resides. 8. Do not react emotionally to her tests. She subtly pulls back. She flirts, however innocently, with another guy in your presence. She gently, or not so gently, probes your ambition, questioning your resolve. She makes a thinly veiled sarcastic comment about your perceived masculinity. Your ego sparks, your triggers ignite. You snap. You call her out. You confront. Or, worse still, you spiral into self-doubt, replaying the scenario in your mind. Congratulations, you've just failed the test, because that's precisely what it was, a test. Often subconscious, rooted in her primal wiring, but a test nonetheless. And your failure wasn't in her action, but in your emotional reaction. See, women initiate these tests not because they are inherently cruel or manipulative, but because they possess an instinctual, profound need to truly feel your unwavering strength, your unshakable stability, your deep-seated groundedness. They yearn to know, can he truly navigate and absorb my storms? Is he utterly centered, impervious in who he fundamentally is? Can he steadfastly lead, even when I actively push, prod, or provoke? Smart men don't react impulsively. They observe. They take a deliberate, measured breath. They respond only when absolutely necessary, and always with absolute control, detached and deliberate. When she attempts to push your buttons, when she probes the boundaries of your calm, a smile, a slight knowing nod, or an unmoved stillness is your most potent weapon. It's not about winning the test in a petty way. It's about unequivocally showing her that her emotional ripples, her internal waves, are simply incapable of moving your mountain. You are the immovable object, the eye of her storm, and that unwavering presence is a deep, profound source of attraction. 9. Never apologize for your standards. You demand uncompromising loyalty. You desire genuine femininity, radiant and authentic. You crave profound peace, not the perpetual maelstrom of manufactured drama. Holding these expectations, these core desires, does not classify you as controlling. It signifies you as a man forged with clear, unbreakable standards. Yet the world around you, and even some women, will tirelessly attempt to shame you for it. They'll whisper that you're asking for too much, label you insecure, or parrot the insipid cliché, real men accept women as they are. No, real men, men of substance and self-respect, hold an unyielding line. You do not, under any circumstance, apologize for desiring a woman who seamlessly integrates genuine value, vibrant energy, and profound, serene peace into your carefully constructed life. You absolutely do not devalue your standards. You do not compromise your core desires merely because someone ignorantly accuses you of being intimidated by independent women. Smart men don't demand an unrealistic, flawless perfection, but they demand, with an unshakable resolve, deep, profound alignment. And if she proves herself fundamentally incapable or unwilling to meet your articulated standards, you leave, calmly, clearly, without a trace of resentment, because you intrinsically understand this fundamental truth. Your peace, your inner sanctuary, your vision for a shared life, these are sacred and non-negotiable.